We will now discuss the PDI itself and provide instructions for its assembly. This walkthrough detector requires no cumbersome connector cables, special flooring, or tables for auxiliary controls. This enables the unit to be easily portable, yet it is sturdy enough to withstand all the rugged demands you may place on it. Whether these demands be for continuous use or for occasional moves between several locations, this unit will more than fulfill your needs. The PDI meets or exceeds standards established by the TSA for U.S. airports, as well as those of various foreign and domestic law enforcement bodies. The detector also meets all safety and electronic regulatory standards.
Thank you, sir.
Before we learn just how easy it is to assemble the PDI, let's talk for a minute about where you should place your unit for best results. First, of course, you must consider the flow of normal pedestrian traffic. Ask yourself just exactly where the unit will be needed to fulfill your security requirements most effectively. Then, you must make certain that sufficient space is available at that location for a pedestrian waiting line and for your operators. You may need an adjacent site for an X-ray machine. Plus, you should make some provision for the area that will be necessary for manual searching of hand-carried and pocket items. Ideally, no metal detectors should ever be located near a high-powered electrical apparatus or next to large metal objects, either stationary or moving. This would include elevators, escalators, or revolving doors. In addition, always try to position your PDI in a location where it is safe from rain, mist, and condensation. Next, take a few minutes to look over the manual. We urge that you take the time, right now, to study it carefully. It and this video should answer just about any questions you might ever have. Now, let's begin to assemble your new Garrett PDI. We'll watch this man follow the simple assembly instructions enclosed with every PDI. First of all, he checks to make certain that all parts of the unit have been shipped. The initial step is to lay the two side panels parallel to each other, as this man has done. Note how the two panels are positioned with the connections facing each other at the same end of both panels. This end will be the top of your unit. Also note that these infrared modules are parallel, which is necessary for the unit to operate properly. It is also essential that neither of these modules ever be covered in any way. Next, remove the detection unit from the box and take out this piece of packing foam for use in assembly. Now lay the detection unit on the foam between the two panels as shown here. These important keys to your PDI are in an envelope fastened to the back of the detection unit. As we noted earlier, the silver key can be used by authorized personnel to enable or disable the detector's touchpads. Use either of the brass-colored keys to unlock and open the door of the detection unit. Make certain that the connections on the side panels are adjacent to the D connectors of the detection unit. Use 4 of the screws and finishing washers to connect the detection unit to the two side panels. Fasten them snugly, but do not tighten. You must next decide on which side of the detector you want to plug in your power cord. When you decide which side you want to use, connect a short jumper cord to the outlet on that panel. Then, plug in the two connectors to the panels. Just listen for this click to make certain they are securely connected. All electrical connections on the PDI are D connectors. They can be plugged in only one way. Never try to force a connection. Now, use the remaining screws and washers to attach the overhead crosspiece to the side panels and tighten all 8 screws securely. You've assembled your new Garrett PDI, and after a few simple adjustments, it will be ready to put into operation. Before standing up the unit, pull the electric plug out of the bottom of the panel on the side you have chosen for power. You can then connect it to the 10-foot power cord, which will be plugged into a power outlet. It's a good idea to get some help to stand the unit up, and, after it is erect, check for stability. If the floor proves to be uneven, you might be able to improve stability by loosening the screws slightly and gently rocking the unit before retightening the screws. Next, you'll want to plug it in, which is a very simple matter with any Garrett walk-through detector, which automatically adjusts to 110 or 220 volt power, 50 or 60 hertz. With the PDI plugged in at its operating location, let's see just what final control adjustments are necessary before it can begin helping to secure your facility. You'll want to read the complete description in your manual of the control panel, touchpads, and internal control modules. Now, turn the detector on. The ready light should be lit, and all alarm lights should be out. The walk sign on the entry side of the detector should be lit, and Operate should be displayed. Or if someone has just walked through the unit, the patron count will be displayed. If this isn't the case with your PDI, review the past few minutes of this video along with your manual.